Hey peeps, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button, and we are working on another abstract watercolor painting today. So let's jump into it. Okay guys, we are back again for another abstract watercolor painting. So, as you guys know, I had taken a little break and done a pencil drawing in between here. And I had done that just because I tried doing this twice before and it just wasn't turning out the way I wanted it to. So I had to just kind of take a step back and I revisited the two watercolors that I did and really just tried to figure out what exactly I was trying to achieve and what I was going for. And kind of what I boiled it down to is I wanted it to kind of look like smoke. So just with the kind of more darker edges and the really soft gradation like in between. So I went ahead and I looked at a bunch of pictures of smoke and I sketched out a design and a composition before I started. So you might not be able to see the sketch underneath it, but it is there. So it's just very, very light. So I did kind of some planning ahead of time to better prepare myself for this one. So I am much, much happier with the result this time around. So a lot of the watercolor techniques I'm using are very common. It's mostly wet on wet. I'm wetting down a large area, or if I put some pigmentation down, I just I keep watering it down and like really pulling out that pigment to get a really nice even tone all the way across. Now, one mistake that I did make is I used the largest size of watercolor paper that I have, which means that I was not able to tape it down because I don't have a hard board that's big enough for me to tape it down. So I don't have those nice clean edges from the taping, and then it started to curl. So I was fighting that throughout this whole process. Now, the reason why I like being able to tape it down on something that I can lift up, there's another kind of watercolor technique in just being able to tip the page back and forth. And what this does is it allows the pigment to just kind of glide across the paper and evenly distribute. So you get this really nice, soft, even distribution of color across the page, which I really love. That soft effect, but along with wanting it to look more like smoke, I still wanted to maintain those hard edges. So another thing in just the watercolor technique side of things is being able to dry those layers completely each time in between. And what this will do is really preserve each layer and preserve the definition. So obviously with watercolor, every time you add water, it's gonna like start breaking down the pigment and you can move it around some more, which is nice. But at the same time, it's like if you want to keep the definition that you've got on there already, then you have to work quickly and try not to scrub it too much with that brush. So I use a hairdryer in between to just dry each layer and really and do my best to preserve the detail in between. So that's why I tape it down to a movable surface versus just my tabletop. I probably would have been better off taping it to my tabletop this time around, honestly, but I didn't. So curling paper, all fun things. So if you are new here and you don't know what's going on and why I wanted to perfect this particular print, I am working on a new collection of prints of wall art, and I'm working on 50 new designs. So basically what this is I'm creating a collection of digital printable wall art, which means that you can purchase the digital file and then you can choose how you want it printed, whether you want it on cardstock or canvas, if you want it big, small, whatever you want, and all you buy is the design. So this means that I can offer my work at an affordable price and you can choose exactly how you want it displayed. So lots of good stuff, fun stuff. So this is part of that collection. And so I'm trying to be efficient as I work, but I am still trying to be very intentional with everything. So it's kind of funny because I'm usually not an abstract artist kind of person. So abstract watercolor paintings are kind of a new thing for me, but I'm really enjoying it in the sense of just trying new things. And unfortunately, though, because I do tend to lean more towards the realistic side of things, I still have to be very intentional with my composition and my technique and everything in between. So it's a work in progress. I can't do things willy-nilly and just have it turn out amazing. That's some people, but not me. So all's well around here. So now if you are interested in finding out when that new collection comes out, check out the link in the description for my email list, and then you'll also get a 20% discount for when that collection comes out that you can use anytime, all the time, as many times as you want. So it's a good deal. You'll be first to know when it comes out, and you get the discount. So go ahead and sign up on that. But that's this painting. So I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you learned something as well. I know, I mean, obviously this is my third attempt, so obviously I'm learning stuff, but, and I may still tweak this technique a little bit more in the future, because I want to do a couple more of just kind of some monochromatic abstract watercolor painting. But we'll see kind of how this style develops on its own. All right, peeps, thanks for watching once again. If you haven't gotten on my email list, that is in the description, and that'll give you an instant 20% discount to everything in my shop, and you'll be the first to be notified when this collection goes live. So, and once again, also hit that subscribe button if you enjoy this kind of video. So, I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you later, peeps.